Okay, Thrifty Tech Teacher here. We're going to talk through just the basic layout of a Kindle Fire and how you might set it up for your classroom. This is kind of the main home screen that you're going to see, and this is really, to be honest, the only screen that my kids see. If you swipe up and down, it's kind of where all the apps are. And then if you swipe either direction, so I'm going to swipe this way. Over here, what will be available are those things you've used recently. So I haven't done anything with this, so there's nothing there yet. Okay. And then you can move your way across. So you got to remember that this tablet was actually sold to you at a loss. They are planning on you purchasing different books and movies and videos. And so as you swipe across, these are really just pages that advertise things that they think you would have interest in. So here we got shopping, apps, music, Audible, newsstand. So there's a lot here. And you know what? My students almost never see this unless they accidentally swipe left or right. This is where they spend their time. So here we are. A couple things I want to point out while we're here. On the bottom here, you see a triangle, a circle, and a square. The triangle is there if you ever need to go back to something. So whether if you're inside an app or on a website and you want to go back, or you're inside an app and you want and you did something, you want to kind of undo it. This is kind of like the reverse or go back button. Okay. This is the home button, similar to the button that was on the iPad. This is what you click if you want to go back to the home screen. And then this square right here, if you hit that, basically what that does is that shows any apps that are currently open. So it's an easy way to switch from one app to the next. Okay, so this will bring us back. Open up all apps, switching back and forth. This is going to bring you home, and then this will bring you back or will take you back a page perhaps if you're on the browser. We also learned that with this, if you just hold it, Alexa, what is the weather in China?
I didn't get that.
Apparently I'm a little slow. All right, so whatever it is, that's Alexa. So if you hold it down, that's how you get Alexa to pop up, which is kind of neat. Okay, so here we are. You can move up and down. Now I'm going to be honest in saying that most of these apps are ones that I don't want my students to see. They're never going to be shopping. They're not going to be listening to streamed music. A lot of these things I just want to get rid of. Kind of like on an iPad, though, there's certain apps they don't let you delete. The same thing is true here. So the best you can do is hide them. So what I do is I take the apps I know they're not going to use, and it's honestly most of them. And what you can do is you can take an app, and if you hold your finger down, you can move it around. So you kind of hold it down, and that'll allow you to move it around the screen. So that's how you move an app. So that's great. But if you take the app, let me try this again, and plunk it on top of another one, what you do is you create a folder, similar to what we have, or if you've ever used an iPad. So what I'm going to call this, because I'm using it with my students, I'm going to call this Mr. H, meaning kind of sending the message to the students, these are for me, not for them, okay? So here we're going to go, and what I'll do is you can see now there's a little folder there, and any apps that I know they're just not going to need, I can get rid of and put inside of here. And honestly, when it's all said and done, it's going to be most of the apps. I'll pull in only the apps I want them to use and to see. So that's how you can do it. You can kind of move things around and go from there. So there's the basic layout on the screen. One other thing I want to show you is a couple things you see up here, the name of the Fire. So each device will get its own name. And then also whether you're connected to the Wi-Fi and the percentage of battery and the time. If you go on the top and swipe down, this pops down, which is kind of like a command station or whatever. Here, you can see things. If you wanted to have multiple accounts, you would click that button. You could switch back and forth to different accounts, but on this one, we're not going to do that. Here's where you adjust the brightness of the screen. I probably should have done that bright from the very beginning. Sorry about that. Switching to airplane mode, do not disturb if you're working with notifications. You can have quick access to the computer or to the camera. Here's where you can set it if you want it to just always stay in portrait, even if you turn it sideways. Those of you who maybe read in bed on your side. You can keep it so that it will automatically rotate as well. And then here's another place where you can get to settings. This blue shade function right here is actually in the event that you are going to be reading, at night or whatever it might be. If you click this, it actually kind of apparently gets rid of a lot of the blue lighting, which makes it easier on the eyes if you are going to read closer to bed. So those are some of the functions that you can see. You can swipe that to get that up. So the basic layout and functions of how to kind of make get your way around a Kindle Fire. For the next video, I'll show you how to find and download apps.